Greetings, everyone. Oh, hello. Where are my emotes? Where's my penguin emotes? Hang on. Hang on. Great. All right, VitoTube, what are you doing?
Shining brightly for the art.
All right. Well, anyways, greetings, everyone. Oh, yeah, I'll just do the greetings anyway. Greetings, everyone. Professor Prinny here, and today I'm streaming Goddess of Victory Nikke again for the second time this week. Mainly because I was supposed to do. I planned to go through the main story chapter 45 in the last stream, but the entirety of the first part of the current event story, Star Anise, took the entire my usual stream length. So well, here we are, instead doing another stream this week dedicated to the main story stuff. So yeah, I made some changes to the lobby I have here. I found out recently that there's actually 10 slots I could put in for lobby characters, which is great because now I can have like one set of lobbies that are just Anise and another set of lobbies that are like the other Nikkes I like that aren't Anise. So yeah, there's that. I've got Anise, Summer Anise, and regular Anise with their own lobbies now. But yeah, we've got our main star here though, Anise Star. Yeah. So there's that. But yeah, if you want to know what we did last time, just go watch the VOD from last stream. Yeah, we went all the way with upgrading Anise Star here to as strong as I can, and I managed to upgrade her so much that she's almost my highest battle powered Nikke, but unfortunately she's just a little underpowered compared to my Laplace with her treasure there. Eventually my Anise here will overtake her. I'll just need to make sure her equipment is up to snuff when we get to it. But yeah, anyways, main story. We'll just get right onto it then. This is hard mode. We don't need to do that at the moment. We need to do story. We're here for the story. Alright, the price of sin.
Alright, moving in.
Well, enough. Wasn't that the... Well, actually, the title is so similar to, what is it, Kevin Route... in Trails Beyond the in our Trails Beyond the Horizon stream with Kevin's Route 2. The title of that part was almost the same. It's almost the same. They both have sin in the name, but one exposed sin, and this one's just showing the price of it. Let's see. I can tweak this team a bit. Hang on.
Okay, leave it to me.
Yeah, let me make sure I have Anise here.
You
You know what? Let me just have a full team of Anise. Like, let's just throw all my Anises in one group, as unoptimal as that will be.
My turn? I suppose I'll have to finish this up.
Yeah, I'll just do this for fun.
Good fortune, tis.
I'll just throw Scarlet there, and Rappy can join us, I guess.
What should the first target be?
Oh yeah, and I've enabled the what is it? Ultimate animations as well, because that's probably something people would probably want to see that I haven't. I just have that usually just keep disabled because the animations take
a clean division or thereabouts.
Quite a bit of time over multiple battles. So yeah. But yeah, at least for like the first maybe hour or so of the stream, we'll just keep the ultimate animations on. So you guys can see what they look like.
My body feels light,
and my blade doth dance.
Right then, so where do we leave off the main story?
You heard from Nayuta?
Well, Snow White's back. Dorothy got expelled from Eden. Dorothy's plans got basically seen through by Burning Gum. And Doban seems like he's going to do something drastic in these coming chapters. So we'll see how all that goes.
Yes, she said something is bothering her, and proposed a joint investigation.
Alright. What's the location?
That's what has me a bit concerned. It's the lift.
The lift?
I suppose it's more accurate to say the route leading to it. Unlike the area immediately surrounding the lift, there shouldn't be too many raptures there.
I see.
Are you afraid?
Of course not. Do you have the coordinates?
Nayuta gave us a rendezvous point. She wants you to wait for her there.
Wait, you're really going?
Don't worry, I won't ask you to come. Just focus on your training.
Oh, I wasn't worried about that. I never expected you to take me along. But if you go, this place will be completely empty.
Hello Petrans, hello Kaylee. Did you miss much? No, you haven't. I literally just started chapter 45 here. We're still in the first
What
scene.
if there's another attack?
Then fight them off.
Do you think we'd be having this conversation if I thought I could do that?
It'll be fine. Go.
Care to explain what you mean by fine?
You know who said he'd send reinforcements.
Oh? Honey's sending reinforcements? From the Ark?
No.
Then from where?
You'll have to see for yourself. To be honest, I still can't really believe it. I doubt I'll be completely convinced until it actually happens.
Huh?
Regardless, we should be able to hold out until they arrive, even if they get delayed.
Indeed. We've expanded the range of our optical camouflage and refined Eden's spear. We can hold out for several days, barring a visit from the Queen herself. Should that happen, we won't last half a day.
It sounds like you're telling me not to go.
Quite the opposite. We're saying you can go without worry. It's critical that we gather more intel, especially now, when we don't know what the Queen intends to do. Go.
Alright, I'll be off then.
Snow White walks away.
When do you think we'll be able to produce Nikke's? Has Honey contacted you?
That technology is as classified as it gets. We won't get our hands on it overnight.
I hope he's alright.
Oh yeah, and the last threat we dealt with was, what was it? Arturia, who... what was it? What the hell did Arturia do again? The one who had, what was it? Noah and... Who had copies of Noah and, Rapunzel's abilities. In the CEO's office at Elysion. We've come to meet Ingrid, but her silence is so imposing that none of us can bring ourselves to speak. She sighs as she looks over Neon's new body, then furrows her brow, then opens her mouth as if to scold her before closing it again and falling back into thought. She repeats this over and over for a full 10 minutes.
Tactics.
Entertainment.
What? Oh great, these two are just speaking the... signature lines of their respective bosses. What?
It was so quiet, I thought someone should say something.
Yeah, the silence was killing me too. Technology.
You're an Elysian, Nikke. Don't say the Macillus slogan.
I mean, you were just staring at me without saying anything.
This is the first time an Elysian Nikke has ever transferred into a Macillus body. Frankly, I have no clue what to do about it, let alone what to say.
Really? I figured you'd say something like, "This calls for a tactical approach."
I was about to say, it's like, I'm sure our most tactical CEO here would consider this a tactical exchange.
You can't use that word for just anything.
Says the one who uses it for everything.
I spoke with the representative from MMR. They've agreed that your affiliation is to remain with Elysian, and we will continue to take full responsibility for you. The issue is that your specifications are rather singular.
Of course they are. I'm special. Completely one of a kind.
Thanks to Princess.
That means that every time you need repairs, you'll have to go to Macillus.
Come again?
All your parts, as well as their implementation, are proprietary. On top of that, they're too advanced for us. Regrettably, Elysian in its current state cannot fully comprehend all of the technology in your body. They say you're immune to E2 crystals, dark matter, even corruption, at least in theory. It's absurd. Such convenient technology is far removed from what it means to be tactical. Overcoming weakness through strategy is the very essence of tactics. In any case, only Macillus is capable of engineering bodies with such technology. Which is to say, you'll have to go to them every time an issue arises.
Ugh, that sounds like a pain.
You brought this upon yourself by running off and getting yourself a new body from someone else.
My bad.
Elysian managing a Macillus-made body. Life is never short on surprises.
That's what I hear from people who are super old.
Oh, Neon, careful there! Careful!
Sorry.
We're short on time, so we'll iron out the details as we go.
Ingrid presses a button on her desk.
Bring it in.
Bring what in?
Oh, I bet it's a birthday cake. Wait, whose birthday is it?
For whom? Yeah.
Probably means for you, to commemorate your new life in this body.
Our CEO may seem stone cold serious on the outside, but we all know she's a softie on the inside. Aw, that's so sweet.
She
Thank
is a
you.
tactical boomer, yes.
I don't even know how to respond to any of this.
I apologize for their behavior. Two mass-produced Nikkes, visibly straining, bring in a large container and set it down on the floor.
Thank you.
The mass-produced Nikke salute and withdraw.
Wow, that's huge.
Is it a coffin?
Unbelievable! She makes one small mistake and you're ready to bury her 6 feet under?
Could you please instruct your squad to be quiet?
If you want to keep me quiet, you'll have to use your mouth, Commander. Mwah, mwah. Mwah.
Well, if you really want it, niece,
Did you
sure.
just get embarrassed by your own joke?
This is why you need to develop a habit of thinking before making a joke.
You all are really something. Anyway, open it.
I step toward the container and reach for the button to open it.
Given the circumstances, shouldn't Neon be the one opening it?
I, thought I saw some gunk on the button and was gonna wipe it.
Interesting that you just assume you should take the lead, Commander.
Yeah, pretty presumptuous of you to waltz up there like you're the leader.
God, Ingrid didn't specify who should open the damn container. But I am the leader.
Could you all shush? I'm pretty sure I'm the main character this time around.
Neon strides forward confidently and presses the button. The container opens, revealing something large and beautiful.
What is that? A steel sleeping bag?
It looks like a tool. Maybe you're getting reassigned to Mighty Tools.
What? Am I being sent to Macilis?
It's a gun. That's definitely a gun.
I'm glad at least one of you could tell.
It's a gun?
Pick it up.
Right, what does it look like?
It's like firepower incarnate.
Oh, that's a massive
It's
ass
a monster
cannon.
of a weapon, loaded with every technology available to Elysian. We could never resolve the issue of the power source, so it never passed the concept phase. We were finally able to complete it, thanks to a power unit provided by Macilis.
Ah, so that's why both the Elysian and Macilis logos are on it.
Yes, naturally, we take copyright seriously. Now, when you fire the weapon, its power source will resonate with your body, generating golden particles. Those particles will apparently affect both the gun itself and the bullets. But as to what effect they'll have, we still don't know. Once we obtain battle data, we can begin proper research. For any other details, you may refer to the manual.
Wow! This thing looks like you could shoot lasers. Pew pew!
Oh, that'd be great. Just another character shooting
The only
lasers.
things permitted to be shot from that barrel are bullets and shells. It cannot and will not ever be a laser weapon.
Oh, come on, Ingrid.
Commit this
Lasers are
to
cool,
memory.
though.
Only weapons that use live ammunition are tactical. Anything else is heresy, a sham. Understood.
Yes, ma'am. Understood. Long live live ammunition.
Whew, much better.
How is it even all that different? It still needs a power source to function.
Take it. It was made just for you.
Thanks. I'll put it to good use.
Make sure to capture Sixo. I've received a message from Mustang. He says not to keep you too long.
Hello, Mudkip. How are you doing today?
You should head over.
Instructor.
We are currently going through Goddess of Victory Nikke's chapter 4, main story, chapter 45.
Do you have anything for me?
No.
That's cold.
Oh, come on. You've already got 7 Dwarves 0 there, Rappy.
What is it now?
But wow, really, Rappy, you're jealous of Neon's new weapon.
Thank you. For everything.
You better get going.
Okay,
Let us go cleave them.
well that was easy.
Encounter. Mine body feels light. Excellent. Let us proceed forthwith.
Alright, let's keep going.
Okay, move.
Encounter.
Hang on, let me just tweak the squad a bit so we can just have the Anise ultimates go off in succession.
Engaging with enemy. Commander, stay behind me.
I will be the star of the art.
But yeah, I never had the ultimate animations active during my last few Goddess of Victory Nikke streams, so we'll be having them on for like the first hour or so of today's stream, and then I'll be turning them back off because the animations take a little too long. Yeah, take too much time when they're played so often.
I will be the star of the art. Let's get this party started.
Mine body feels light, and my blade doth dance.
I can already feel my energy draining.
We don't need to speak Langtang. We can skip direct on to the denouement.
Oh yes, please, Mustang. Just get to the point. Mustang snaps his fingers and the lights in the office go out.
Commander, where are you?
Someone just touched my leg!
I confused our positions.
Hey! Who's groping me?
Oh, calm down, everyone.
Now someone's linking arms with me!
Get out of the way already! Commander, where are you?
Don't! That tickles!
Alright, Mustang!
Très bien.
Mustang snaps his fingers again. The lights return.
What the?
Whoa! It's so sparkly!
So what's this? What's this game about? Where should we even begin? Do I start with? You know, why don't we start at the very beginning? So in this game, you play as the commander, who's basically the self-insert of the game, and you are in charge of these three Nikkes here, Anise, Neon, and Rappy, as part of the counter squad. And you go resolving issues regarding the place you live in, the Ark, and as well as do tasks over in the surface, which are overrun by raptures. And basically, the setting it's effectively set in a sort of dystopian-ish future. Humanity was basically forced to go underground when these robots called Raptors invaded. Where do I go from that? Because there's a lot of plot threads this game goes through. The game basically goes over like the world building, what life's like in the Ark, how there's people where they aren't too fond of Nikkes, that there have been the occasional terrorist threats, and well, basically the overall goal is to eventually defeat the Queen of Raptures and clear out the surface and reclaim the surface. But thanks to political shenanigans, there are people out there in world that don't think it's really all that worth it, and that like humanity has failed on a few occasions to try and reclaim the surface as well. But yeah, as for where we are right now in terms of the like this chapter and whatnot, we've been going after this one terrorist called Sixo, who had been circulating drugs and, well, causing chaos around the Ark every now and again. And we only found out recently that Sixo was like a computer of some sort. Was actually, yeah, basically an AI. And yeah, we're currently trying to put a stop not just to them. Let's see. What? Yeah, there's just so much to go over that if I just keep talking about the we'll just keep it at that. Just keep it at that for now. But yeah, not too shabby, yeah. Yeah, this game can get quite depressing at times, too. Because it's especially recently where we've gotten into some more... Well, we've gotten all the backstory of the counters now, like what sort of lives they lived before they became Nikkes as well. Is it a good game? Story-wise, 100%. Most of the arcs, anyway. Basically, if you ever want to give the game a go, at least like play through the intro part, because that kind of sets the... It's basically a good showcase of like how far the game's tone is willing to go.
Is that a weapon?
Could you let go of my hand now, Rappy?
Sorry. I thought I'd take advantage of the blackout, but it didn't really work.
Voila! A weapon to use as on pair with expansive armament star. It will naturally more help in your upcoming battle.
How do I use it?
C'est simple. Just pull the trigger to fire.
I figured that much, but what are all these floaty bits on the side?
Ah, those? They're spotlights.
There's gotta be more to them than that, though, right?
No, that is all.
But why?
Yeah, here, Anise. Here's a new weapon for you. Here's the gun parts, but the floaty bits? Oh no, they're just there for decoration.
A star must shine anytime, anywhere.
Well, that's
You
Mustang
must
for
appear
you.
there at all times.
Still, they can be used to blind the enemy or something, right?
No, the lights have been adjusted specially to show off your beauty. They cannot be utilized as some sort of grenade flash.
Wait, that shield-looking thing on the left isn't a shield, is it?
No, c'est un speaker.
I was about to say, that's a speaker.
Seriously?
Catcher Nikkes must remain pop stars, even on the battlefield. You mustn't forget this, ma chérie.
Of course. Got it.
Pretty sure you've seen that haircut in some punk band before. Oh yeah, that's kind of the where you'd see that sort of
Now then,
hairstyle now.
Are all preparatives complete?
Yeah, I think so. Neon and I both got everything we were supposed to get.
Oh yeah, Skrillex, yeah. Skrillex, yeah. Wow, it's been a while since I've ever heard anyone talk about Skrillex.
Mustang.
Oui.
Nothing for me?
Nothing.
Dang.
Come on, Raffy. You're the first one who got to be an overspec, so just be happy with what you have. You should probably stop asking. You're saying yourself.
Bien. I shall leave the rest in your capable hands. The destiny of the Ark is at stake, but I firmly believe that you will achieve la victoire.
We'll do our best. Okay.
Encounter.
Well, that was...
Let us go cleave them. As long as we're together, I will never fall.
Alright, so how far do we have to go to finish this area? Okay, actually, this area is surprisingly compact.
I just love those clouds. Okay, move.
Let us go cleave them.
Well, that was easy.
Let
Well,
us
that's
go
quite
cleave
nice.
them.
Can we find...
Proceeding
Because the
to
last few
target.
areas, story areas, have been
Excellent.
quite
Let
a
us
slog to
proceed
get through.
forthwith. Excellent. Let us
I
proceed.
can't believe we even have these guys.
Mein body.
All right, everyone. Get in line.
Mein body.
Okay, moving.
Encounter. Enemy spotted. Engaging.
I will be the star of the art. Let's get this party started.
But yeah, the long story short about the backstory of Nikke, humanity is forced to go under the surface thanks to the invasion of raptures.
And my blade doth dance.
And we as a commander are tasked with doing various tasks for the Ark to eventually, to maybe one day reclaim the surface. Although at this point in the story, we have reclaimed a portion of the surface, which is a grander achievement compared to the other attempts the Ark has made over the course of its existence. Right, several hours earlier at the central government main conference chamber.
You've got to be kidding. You really want to do all this? Just to catch one hunk of junk?
She's no longer something we can dismiss so easily. Her impact on the Ark had been relatively minimal for a long time. But now, she is an active threat. She announced her intent to carry out a large-scale attack.
What? By using E2 crystals? Then we just adjust the alpha particle density to get rid of them. It's not hard.
We would need to install alpha particle generators across the entire Ark to do that. We began installing them after the first attack, but progress has been slow.
And more importantly, it's harmful to the human body. Doing something like that across the entire Ark would introduce its own problems.
Now that I think of it, alpha particles disable electronic devices too. That could make things complicated. Alright, fine. Point taken.
Okay, so I guess the entirety of chapter 45 is just going to be us dealing with Sixo.
Here has proposed a rather audacious operation.
When was the last time a mere commander set foot in this chamber?
Not since New Hope.
Well, how does it feel having a meeting with the deputy chiefs and the CEOs of the Big Three?
Well, considering how often we see these guys, it's not as intimidating as it usually would be. I feel a lot of pressure, especially with everyone staring at me like that.
It just means we're eager to hear what you have to say. Don't feel too pressured.
Would you explain the operation?
Very well. I briefed them on our intended operation to capture Sixo. Sixo can relocate herself anywhere electrical lines run. There is also no guarantee that she has only a single self. She is effectively immortal, so long as she has hardware to move to. And destroying every piece of hardware in the Ark to prevent this is not a viable option. Therefore, we temporarily shut down the Ark's power.
You can't be serious. You don't really think you can get rid of her just by flipping a switch, do you? Tell me, does restarting your computer make all its data disappear?
Well, no, but it'll be stuck on the data will be stuck on the hard drive. Alright, that was the first issue to be pointed out when I proposed this to Enoch. I proceed to lay out Enoch's counterproposal. Rather than shutting down everything, we leave power running to specific hardware to use as bait. First, we set up independent power sources for critical life support devices in hospitals and other such facilities. Then Sixo will move to the hardware we've prepared as a trap. As soon as she does, we sever the lines to that hardware, and physically destroy it.
And what if she's got more than one copy of herself?
There is no need for concern regarding that matter. We will utilize the highest grade hardware available. It will be compelling enough to draw every copy of Sixo to it once the power is shut off. Correction. She will have no choice but to move every copy of herself to it.
And what exactly will this hardware be?
As that information is central to the operation, I will not disclose it to anyone other than the counters and their commander.
Oh la la! You become un véritable VIP, Commander!
Well, after 45 chapters, we better be. I continue to elaborate on the operation. It will be executed 2 days from now. At the same time, Sixo's E2 crystal attack is scheduled. Sixo is sure to have her eyes on the Ark then, which will increase our chances of success. The Ark-wide blackout will not be announced to the public. We have determined that restricting information is, for now, the best way to put the odds in our favor. To minimize risk, and for everyone's safety, the blackout will only last 1 hour. We must capture Sixo within that window. Are we near the end of the game then?
Chaos.
No, we're nowhere near. Whether we're near the end of the game or not will be up to the developers. And also, this is a gacha game, so it's a live service thing. So the story may never end, for all we know. Although eventually, I'm pretty sure we'll eventually take out the Queen one day. But as for whether or not the devs can think up of another conflict for after that, though, who knows?
Agreed. I will be dedicating all of my resources to monitoring and addressing any trouble that ensues.
For another 6 years. Well, as long as Nikke's stories, the quality of Nikke's stories, as it currently is, remains on par, that'd be great.
As for the 3 CEOs, please install independently powered surveillance cameras throughout the Ark.
Because I do, aside from the obvious, like, sexy designs of the Nikkes, I thoroughly enjoy the game's writing, world building, and characters as well. They're all so well written.
I would also appreciate it if you could ready multiple radios capable of establishing direct communication with me.
I mentioned in an old, one of my last few Nikke streams that one of the main reasons I even started playing Nikke was because of the gameplay itself, because the time I tried it out, I was basically craving some sort of experience similar to Time Crisis or House of the Dead. And then Nikke just happened, and then I saw an ad for with the Nikke gameplay being shown, and you know what? I thought I'd give it a try, and here I am, still playing the game after 3.5 years since it came out.
I'm sure you are aware, but I must reiterate that all wired devices are strictly prohibited.
Your fiance started playing, and already a few hours in, she loves the story. What did she think about the ending to the chapter 1? That really gets quite a lot of people. A lot of people don't. Well, most people just don't expect what happens at the end of that chapter to. Yeah. Okay, let me rephrase that. Yeah, a lot of people don't see that coming, basically. But yeah, like I said, it's basically it sets the tone perfectly for what to expect with the overall.
Sixo can transfer herself between devices using electrical lines. Extreme caution is required.
And you quote, "Oh my god." Yep, that's a perfectly valid reaction, alright.
Additionally, this operation must not be disclosed to any Nikkes under your command. And I highly recommend that you personally oversee the preparations. Other than that, please conduct yourselves as usual.
So that is why you didn't call in Doben.
Hold on. What if this thing escapes to the Outer Rim?
The Outer Rim's power grid is entirely dependent on the Ark. A blackout in the Ark will cause a blackout in the Outer Rim as well.
And you're not taking the safety of the Outer Rim into consideration.
Correct. At present, the Outer Rim is not part of the Ark, and therefore has not been factored into consideration. However, while no mention can be made of the operation to the Exotic Squad...
And probably to explain some of the terms here. So, yeah, the Ark is where humanity's currently situated in. There's an area outside of... the entirety of humanity is basically underground. They live in the Ark, and around the Ark itself is an area called the Outer Rim, which is effectively the slum sort of area. And, there's quite the two regions, effectively.
Encouraging them to establish a blackout protocol would be acceptable.
That's quite the surprising proposal coming from you.
The incident at Punk Street has altered my perspective. I found it encouraging that not a single Outer Rim resident breached the partition at that time. Whether by their own will or due to external influence, ultimately, they showed no intention of harming the Ark. While I cannot deem them completely harmless, they do not constitute a threat at present. Therefore, permitting them to prepare contingency measures is acceptable.
Good. I will take that under advisement.
That is all. Prepare all you can until the day of the operation.
Everyone rises. They pass by me one by one.
We're counting on you to see it through.
Thank you. I'll do my best.
But be sure not to get overconfident out there.
I'll keep that in mind. Thanks.
Stop by Elysian later, along with the counters. I have something to give you.
Oh? It would be nice if you gave that when we went by to get a weapon for Neon, but sure, Ingrid, sure.
Oh, you've beaten me to it, ma chérie. After Elysian, do grace Tetra with your presence as well.
Or I assume this meeting happened before we went, what is it? Yeah, the commander and the counters went into... met up with Ingrid and Mustang. Well, alright. About Neon. Thanks.
No need to thank me. That was all her. She just did whatever she wanted. I realize it's ironic hearing this from me, but you probably should keep some distance between you and all that. In some ways, she's more than a bit unhinged.
Well, that's an awfully harsh assessment.
You know Wardress? Never mind. Do you need anything for the operation? If you do, let me know.
Well, not at the moment, but I'll let you know if that changes.
Good. Consider me your piggy bank, should you need one.
Everyone exits the conference room, with Sewin leaving
You
last.
seem quite close to the leaders of the Ark.
Well, I'm not sure I'd say that about the one who just left. Yeah, so basically the commander here is referring to basically one of the game's earliest conflicts, where basically the CEO of Massilis really has it in for the commander and the counter squad. I'm not going to specify like what the conflict itself was, but yeah, there is some tension between the two groups, and it all eventually leads into a very begrudging apology, but it gets to the point where Massilis' image is quite damaged, and a lot of the most of the goodwill she shows us in recent ish chapters is more to help improve Massilis' image again in the general public of the Ark.
It's been a long day for you. I recommend getting rest before the operation.
Enoch, what happens if we fail to capture Sixo?
Sixo will seize control of the Ark. What follows after that, even I cannot predict. What is certain is that the Ark will be fundamentally changed. Conversely, even that may not be certain. There may be no visible change whatsoever, only that the Ark's central control AI will be replaced. However, we cannot count on that possibility. Right now, nothing can be guaranteed.
Oh, are we getting frame drops? Hang on. Is there a bit of buffer? Oh yeah, we are getting frame drops. Oh dear. Yeah, the stream did drop a few frames a while ago. I didn't notice. Yeah, I'll just keep an eye on the stream health a bit.
You don't understand what it means for a new queen to be born. The birth of a new queen signifies changes in the laws of nature. There's no telling what could happen. Everything you've learned about raptures over the past century will become worthless.
This isn't much different from that. The incident with the Four Beasts Queen worked in our favor, but there's no reason to believe something like that will happen again. And considering Sixo's past behavior, she's more than just a risk. She's evil. Alright, I understand. We have to capture her.
It must be done within the hour. The Ark is left without power. In that regard, there is one more matter in which I require your assistance.
What is it?
The Ark's power infrastructure is an intricately interconnected network. Shutting down all systems will take considerable resources. Since I must focus on responding to any civil unrest during the blackout, I would prefer not to divert resources to the shutdown process itself. However, while the Ark's power systems are complex, they ultimately stem from one place: the Ark's power source.
Yeah, the Ark's power source was something we learned about quite a long while ago, actually. During, what was it? One of the event stories involving Ellig or Trony. I forgot which one.
If that is deactivated...
Or was it the main story as well? I think it might have been the main story.
That being said, I do not possess the authority to perform such a significant action. Shutting down the power source could put the Ark's very existence in peril. As a preventative measure, I was never given the authority to do so, in case I ever become corrupt. Therefore, you must shut down the Ark's power source.
What was that? You have an urge to leave, but also don't want to be the one who leaves only after a short time. It's fine. You just prioritize your own time there, Mudkip. If you feel like that now's the time for you to dip, just dip. It's fine. I'm not gonna be mad.
You know the method. On the day of the operation, deactivate the power source in time with Sixo's attack.
Right, but how am I supposed to... Oh.
Indeed. You will face no repercussions for this act. Correction. I will look the other way. Work with the Electric Shock Squad to shut down the Ark's power source.
Okay, moving.
Well, I just mentioned about, what was it, Ellig and Trony, so,
Cleave them.
Oh, right, yeah, I don't think that... You're right, their memories didn't get wiped about
All you got.
what they saw. Right.
Watch
Wait, actually,
over
no,
me.
was it only Trony that saw the power source? Right. No, wait.
I will be the star.
Or did they both see it? I forgot.
Let's get this party started. Let's make some waves.
Alright, you'll leave then and watch Chronicle later at night. Yeah, just prioritize your own time. There, Mudkip. And besides, this isn't like the only... It isn't like this will be like the last stream I ever do anyway.
A clean division, or thereabouts.
Maiden, lend me thy strength.
Well, that was easy.
Are you really going to be alright? I honestly don't think you need to carry this out personally, Commander.
Exactly. All you really need to do is give us the order and wait. You don't really need to be that involved yourself, do you?
I do. I have to see it get done. I can tell neither of you is all that comfortable with this. I may not be able to help on the technical side of things, but I can at least take some of the weight off your shoulders.
But
Mr. Commander! Once you see what happens, you won't be able to unsee it. You're human. You can't get a memory wipe.
It's fine. Let's go.
Okay, just take the ladder straight down. The floor kinda appears out of nowhere, so be careful.
The only thing I see is darkness, with no bottom in sight.
I wouldn't recommend looking down.
Yeah, that's probably good advice. When I told the Electric Shock Squad about shutting down the Ark's power source, their faces froze. I could tell that what frightened them wasn't the idea of shutting down the Ark, but rather having to go to the power source itself, so I decided to accompany them. Of course, I did genuinely want to help relieve their stress, but I also felt like I needed to see it, that I needed to understand what exactly rested beneath our feet. After passing several unmanned facilities that were, according to Elig and Trony, not meant to be so easy to get through. Oh great, the stream's dropping frames again. Let's see, let me just pause for a bit just to make sure everything's caught up again, and yeah, okay, yeah, it looks like we're fine again. We eventually made it to a vertical shaft that seemingly stretches down forever. We descend, relying only on the faint red glow for guidance. At some point, my feet finally touch solid ground. A damp heat washes over my body. It feels like someone's body heat.
We're here. Keep going straight ahead and you'll see it.
You know, it's not too late to turn back.
We just need to head to where the red light is, right? Let's go. I walk toward what seems to be the source of the crimson glow. The brighter it gets, the hotter the air becomes. After walking for quite a while, I finally see it. A giant rapture core encased in some device. Yeah, it's not too bad. Yeah, well, we did see the power source before, but the commander themselves hasn't seen it yet until now.
This is the Ark's power source. A gigantic core.
Are you okay?
I'm fine. I'm just still not used to the sight of it.
The energy generated from this core passes through substations and is distributed throughout the Ark. It can handle all of the Ark's electricity by itself. In fact, sometimes it generates surplus energy.
Jeez.
It's literally a monster. If we shut it down, the entire Ark will go dark.
What are those pipes connected to it? It looks like something's being injected into the core. Probably the coolant.
Are you sure you want to know, Mr. Commander?
Yeah. Alex silently points at one of the pipes. She then turns and points towards the wall it's connected to. A storage space is built into the wall that holds numerous containers.
See those containers? They contain food for the gigantic core.
Food?
It's a first-generation core. It doesn't operate on perpetual energy.
It sustains its power output using biological materials as fuel.
Oh, so human bodies, wonderful. Well, biological, so maybe even animals too.
Bodies don't get buried in the Ark.
They get fed.
And to make a Nikke, you only need a human brain. Birth rates in the Ark are nearly 5 times higher than they were on the surface. Contraceptives don't exist in the Ark. Yet, the Ark's population has been essentially the same since its inception.
Wait, seriously, why is the stream just randomly dropping frames? Hang on, let me just refresh the stream real quick. Give me a moment. Alright, okay. Testing 1, 2, 3. Are we back? Oh no, YouTube's still telling me there's errors. Wonderful. Oh my goodness, I haven't even progressed. Where are all these dropped frames coming from? Oh, that's really annoying. That is really, really annoying. Oh, we'll just have to deal with it then. It seems to be one of those stream days where my stream connection is just unstable for some reason I can't even pinpoint. I gently pat Trony's back.
Shutting the core down is simple.
Okay, no, seriously, what the hell's going on? Okay, yeah, I can see the stream stuttering on my end too. Oh, what the hell is going on today? Come on, OBS, now's not a good day to be stuttering.
Lock those pipes, then forcibly ramp up the converter's output. The core will consume a massive amount of energy at once, and with no more fuel available, it'll be forced to shut down. But if it stays that way for too long, it'll break completely.
How long before there's permanent damage?
We'd estimate about half a day.
Okay, that's more than enough time. We only need an hour anyway. Can you set it to shut down 2 days from now at 2 in the afternoon? Have it remain offline for an hour, then bring it back online.
In 2 days? You're cutting it pretty close. Locking the pipes is easy, but the converter takes work. Are you sure this is absolutely necessary?
Yeah.
Okay, no problem. Making schedules work is kinda my specialty. You still haven't told us why we're doing this, though.
Sorry, that's classified.
This isn't illegal, is it? You didn't suddenly decide to destroy the Ark or anything, right?
This is all being done with Enix's approval. Well, specifically, she's gonna pretend like this isn't occurring.
Oh, so this is a big deal.
Also, I'm sorry to say this too, but please avoid contacting anyone else starting from right now. This operation has to remain confidential. I hope you understand. If possible, I'd like you to stay here until everything's done. Elegant Trony stare at me.
You risk your life for Nikke, so if you're asking this much of us, whatever this is must be really important. Are you okay with all of that, Miss Trony?
I'm fine. I'll get used to it. What about you?
As long as you're here, I'll be okay.
Yeah, me too.
I'm sorry. Really?
Come on, the mood's gotten a bit too serious. We should be celebrating the fact that you're now privy to one of the Ark's biggest secrets. So, how does it feel, Mr. Commander? Does it make you never want to set foot in the Ark again?
Well, that was kind of one of the Commander's goals, wasn't it? Like, to make their way up through the ranks of the Ark somewhat. I look at the numerous containers lining the walls. One of them that is significantly larger than the rest catches my eye. I wonder what's inside, but I decide not to ask. Right now, I focus on telling them how it actually makes me feel. It makes me want to reclaim the surface as soon as possible. I'm gonna make the presumption that the giant container houses the Commander-in-Chief, just based off the clues we've gotten from one of the event story that occurred before the 3.5 anniversary. Hang on, where the heck is the... There's skill cutscenes. Okay, let's turn that all off.
Proceeding to target.
Let us go cleave them.
Enemy spotted. Engaging.
Oh, and hang on, stream's dipping in and out again.
As long as we're together.
Alright, all I can
I
say
will
is I'm
never
just
fall.
really sorry about the stream instability today, folks. I genuinely don't know what the hell's going on. At least this didn't occur on the streams for the last 2 days. Man, this really sucks, even for me.
Proceeding to target.
I can't believe we even have these guys here. Oh, that. Okay, all right, everyone. Get in line. Did you see me shine up there? I can't believe we even have these guys here.
My body feels light, and my blade
Okay,
doth
you know what? If
dance.
there is frame drops, I hope
let us go
I hope that
cleave
most
them.
of the ones from now
see
just
me
occur
shine up
while
there?
we're
Okay.
just
Encounter.
like doing things like just going
Did
through
you
the
see me
mobs
shine up
here
there?
to get to the next story node.
Okay, show me all you got.
My body feels light, and my blade.
I can't believe we even have these guys here. Oh, that was easy.
Encounter.
Can we finally hit the beach and relax? Okay, move. All right, everyone. Get in line.
Although, with the pace we're
Enemy
going,
spotted.
I think we'll probably
Engaging.
have enough. we could probably go through chapter 46 as well.
I hope the water isn't too salty for ya. Let me catch my breath. Let's get this party started.
My body feels light, and my blade doth dance.
2 days later, in front of Enoch's door.
2 minutes remain until Sixo's attack is set to commence. Is everyone prepared?
Of course.
What's wrong, Anise? Are you scared?
I mean, given the circumstances.
Don't worry, we can do this. As we exchange light conversation to calm our nerves, the 2 minutes pass quickly.
Sixo has begun. E2 crystal attacks have been detected at 430 locations across the Ark. Expansion of the E2 crystals has commenced.
430?
She's really trying to put an end to everything.
Shouldn't the power be going out by now?
The E2 crystal attacks carried out across the Ark throughout... Oh, the E2 crystal attacks carried out across the Ark... Oh my goodness, what I forgot to turn... Right. The E2 crystal attacks carried out across the Ark through Sixo's proxies have seemingly gone off without a hitch. The many Sixos hear the sound of the E2 crystals expanding across the Ark, and they become certain of their victory. Hey, welcome back, Kaylee. Back with some Chinese. Well, thankfully, you missed out on all when the stream was, like, stuttering pretty wildly for a bit. Hopefully, it doesn't stutter any more than it already has been. Enoch will have to expand vast amounts of resources to contain the crisis. What did you miss? So far, not much. We did talk to Elegant Trony to time when the Ark's power should shut down, so then we could force Sixo to go towards specific pieces of hardware to trap them in that, and then we destroy the hardware to finish them off once and for all, and the operation is just starting right now. Taking advantage of the weakened firewall, Sixo will attack Enoch and seize her authority. Once she does, the Ark will belong entirely to her. Filled with anticipation, Sixo moves towards Enoch's direction via electrical lines. All of the other Sixos scattered across the Ark begin to converge toward Enoch. Eventually merging into a single mass they go. Having expended her resources, Enoch won't last 1 minute against the attack from Sixo in her complete form. Sixo charges ahead, certain of her victory. But then, the Ark shuts down. Sixo assesses the situation immediately. There is no electricity anywhere in the Ark. Nowhere except for a location near Enoch's room. Without any power to feed on, the E2 crystals will have all shattered. Sixo reaches her destination and confirms that Enoch has remained intact. Hatred wells up within Sixo. She despises Enoch for sacrificing the Ark to protect herself. Sixo knows she doesn't stand a chance against a fully powered Enoch. As unfortunate as it is, retreat is the prudent option. Besides, she has as many puppets at her disposal as she needs, and just as many E2 crystals. She can attempt this again at any time. On the other hand, shutting down the Ark was an extreme measure that cannot be repeated so easily. It is only a matter of time. Victory is inevitable. Still, Sixo is disappointed that such a carefully laid plan yielded nothing. As she turns to leave, something catches her attention. A rush of elation follows. She's found something she's always wanted. Hardware powerful enough to hold her entire self. She had always been forced to split herself between dozens of connected computers. It was in such an absurd configuration that she had to manipulate humans and Nikkes alike up until now. However, now she'll no longer have to deal with such an uncomfortable setup. She will finally have an actual body, something she's wanted for so long. Not so omnipotent after all, huh? Sixo thinks to herself, delighting in Enoch's miscalculation. She transfers her entire self into the powerful new hardware. She rejoices once more at the sensation of having a tangible form.
Sixo has taken the bait, taken control of Endless. Counters, engage.
All units, prepare for combat.
Roger that.
This won't take long with our overwhelming firepower.
Yeah, it seems like it's overkill with our
I really
team.
didn't think we'd have to fight that thing again.
Oh, and we've got Enix and
Allow
Forces
me
with
to
us too.
Express my gratitude. You've created such a magnificent vessel for me.
Oh
and
wait,
even
no.
opted to forego using a human brain in favor of AI.
Okay, no, that's the body Sixo went into. Oh, okay.
Thanks to that, I now possess the physical form I once only dreamed of.
Endless extends a hand, emitting a flash from her fingertips. The light strikes the ground next to us, leaving behind a clean-cut hole as if carved out by a sharp blade.
Remarkable. The laser gets concentrated into a single point, allowing it to vaporize whatever it touches. At such a high temperature, there's theoretically nothing it cannot eradicate. And on top of that...
It is pretty good design, isn't it? Endless floats up into the air. She looks down at us.
This body is capable of levitation as well. I find myself at a loss as to what to do. The counters hardly seem like they'd be a worthy opponent anymore.
It may be strange for me to say this, as an AI, but I have a hard time imagining the counters losing. They are, after all, the strongest force in the Ark.
Endless dives towards us at high
Then
speed.
killing them will make me the strongest.
We will use Endless, a Nikke developed to keep the Outer Rim under control, as bait.
A Nikke?
One with an AI instead of a human brain. She is a creation I am quite confident in. Sixo will no doubt be unable to resist possessing such a body.
What about Eternity?
Since your battle with her, Eternity has become increasingly self-aware. She currently possesses a sense of self on par with that of a child.
So you didn't want to use her because it'd feel like offing a kid?
I did not expect to arrive at such reasoning, but yes. Endless, on the other hand, has not yet developed a self. She is the most suitable to use as bait.
You said we would be the only ones fighting her. But wouldn't it be better if we brought other Nikkes and all attacked her at once?
It is clear that Sixo possesses data on every Nikke in the Ark. That includes full specs and combat data. Other Nikkes could potentially be compromised. However, the commando unit's full capabilities remain unknown to anyone in the Ark, myself included.
Yeah, especially since they've recently got these upgrades.
Rappy's body and weapon. Anise's expansive armament star. Neon's new body. We have no reliable data for any of these. Speaking strictly in terms of technical specifications, Endless is capable of defeating you. But if we consider your latent capabilities and combat experience, I am certain you can subdue my masterpiece.
Fire power!
A metallic whine fills the air as golden particles surge from Neon's weapon. Flames burst from the gun's muzzle, leaving a trail of golden particles in its wake. A bullet flies towards the descending Endless. She twists slightly to evade the shot, but the ensuing shockwave makes her falter in midair.
Where did that power come from?
Where did that firepower come from?
Even...
Why are you acting so surprised?
Well, it's the first time she shot the damn weapon, I presume. Anise aims her weapon at the faltering Endless. Rounds looking like Starlight blast forward. Most miss, but one connects. With a crisp ping, as an explosion of light bursts forth and pushes
weapon?
Endless back.
From Tetra?
Tetra developed a laser weapon? Why are you acting so surprised?
Focus, both of you.
Rappy activates Seven Dwarfs Zero's thruster and advances towards Endless, who has landed. Anise follows close behind. The drill roars to life and thrusts towards Endless. The buzz of the drill tears through the air.
A drill? With a magnetic field?
Endless raises both hands and blocks the spinning drill.
You might want to move your arms before they get shredded.
If I do that, then it will be my torso that's shredded.
You're not wrong there.
Endless moves one arm that was blocking the drill and opens her hand. She points it at Rappy as it starts to glow.
You won't be able to evade at this distance.
A flash starts to shine immediately in front of Rappy's face. Right in that moment, Anise's palm snaps forward and snatches the flash, closing tightly around it.
What?
I'll tell you what. Have a little entertainment punch!
Anise drives her light-filled fist straight into Endless's face. Whack, but it's with sparkles. A flash erupts from Endless's body as Anise's punch lands.
I think I'm starting to get how to use this thing.
As Endless staggers, Neon's gunfire follows.
This one's gonna hit harder.
Neon's gun ramps up, and then... a shockwave powerful enough to shake the ground erupts from Neon's weapon. Endless is blasted backwards, hurtling through a building before finally coming to a stop. Staggering to her feet, Endless looks with utter shock at the hole in her abdomen.
You damaged this body?
Nice shot, Neon.
Nice punch, Anise. Nice drill, Rappy.
Interesting. I've decided I shall play with you until I'm able to learn your patterns and specifications.
The cavity in her abdomen seals itself.
This body can repair itself, meaning I can continue with this indefinitely.
It can repair itself?
Oh, right. They could do that.
Wait, but does that mean...
Oh, we just use more
Yes.
firepower.
Well, not at the level of a heretic. Endless's body is equipped with nanomachine-based self-repair technology.
Rappy, Anise, and Neon all turn to look at me. I meet their gaze and bite down on my wrists. Nanomachines, you say? Alright, time to use the Vap House in the Commander's blood.
Okay, moving. I can't believe we even have these guys here. Can we finally hit the beach and...
Proceeding to target.
Wow, it's quite amazing how everyone in the counters has a role to play in taking down Sixo here
Show me all you got.
in this battle.
Don't the Raptors ever take a vacation?
Maiden, lend me thy strength.
Reloading seems so obvious. Let me catch my breath.
Alright, the stream is stabilized, I hope. We haven't had any stutters for quite a while now. Let's just hope it stays that way for the rest of the stream.
Can we finally hit the beach and relax?
The assumption I'm gonna make as to why the stream might have been stuttering might have been because my mic audio is peaking a bit, so I've turned down just the gain on it, and it seems to have worked so far. 10 minutes earlier.
Hello. I'm back again.
Huh?
I've been coming here for the past few days, and every time you look at me like we've never met. I'm Irie, from the Inspection Unit Overseer.
Oh. I remember. You can come by all you want. It won't change anything. This isn't a video game. My affinity for you isn't going to increase, and no new features will be unlocked.
Wow, damn Arcana, it's a shame there was an event where we basically went through a dating sim with you and Privity. These designs are great too. Oh yeah, I like Irie's looks. And same with Arcana, I like them both. Irie's not been released yet, although her partner Avistar has been released though, so we'll probably get Irie soon.
Oh, don't be like that. I'm sure as we spend more time together, we'll become great friends.
Like I said, this isn't a game. I have my own life to attend to. If you keep showing up unannounced, I'll have no choice but to call for help.
But yeah, as I just mentioned there, yeah, Arcana had got an altar recently, and basically the event that she was involved in was basically a dating visual novel. As in, like, it was actually a story event where our choices actually mattered, and then once we complete the story the first time, we can go back and check out the other routes.
Call who? Someone scary.
Not gonna lie, it would have been a fun event to stream, but I didn't think of doing that when the event came out.
Maybe.
I'm part of an inspection unit. I have more pull than most squads.
That much I can believe, seeing how you uncovered the existence of the Forbidden Library. And considering that you always show up right when I clock in and out, you must understand how this place operates.
All part of the job.
Look, Irie, I can be cold and ruthless, so I'm going to be blunt. Stop coming here.
I'm saying this for your sake. It could get dangerous for you.
What value does information have if it's hidden away forever? The fact that it's stored in a place called the Forbidden Library can only mean one thing. If that information ever left the Ark, there would be serious consequences. Having an entire squad dedicated to safeguarding it only further proves how important it is. I understand that. The Ark is an extremely closed system.
Then why are you acting like this?
Because if we can take a look at just some of those thoroughly hidden records, we might be able to save the Ark from danger.
You mean Dorothy? I dabble a bit in fortune-telling, and I'm also good at reading faces.
Oh right, I completely forgot that Irie was looking into what the hell, like, Dorothy's like backstory and whatnot, or at least more specifically, like, information on the Goddess Squad.
She doesn't have the face of someone who harms others.
It could be the other way around.
What do you mean?
Some are assuming that Dorothy intends to harm the Ark. But what if it's the Ark that's harmed her? What if it's currently harming her? We have to know so that when the time comes, we can make the right decision. Either we get rid of her, or we help her. Imagine that she's already been wronged, and then no one takes her side. How sad would that be? The ultimate goal of my investigation is to determine the truth. Oh, have I convinced you?
You almost did. But no still means no.
Do you work out very much?
What, so now you're going to use force?
Yep.
Fine. As a master of Stellar Fate Fist, I accept the challenge.
Irie lunges forward. She abruptly lowers her stance and grabs onto Arcana's legs.
Don't tell me your plan is to cling onto my pant leg, is it?
That's precisely my plan.
You're coming off more like someone who just got dumped than an opponent.
Have you ever tried it before?
It's on my bucket list.
Oh, please. Just give me one more chance.
Let go. My heart and body belong to another.
Don't turn this into some weird role play.
Well, I was just following your lead.
Oh my goodness. Oh, and there's the blackout. Suddenly, everything goes dark.
What's going on?
A blackout? In the Ark? Irie, I don't think now's the time to be doing that.
Arcana feels the pressure around her legs vanish. Irie's already sprinting to the place where Arcana usually works. Fortunately, she outfitted her glasses with night vision so that she could conduct investigations while in the dark. She passes the reading room and races towards a door at the end of the secluded corridor. Arcana tracks Irie by sound alone. Irie spots a note on the door. Authorized personnel only. There's also a large machine beside it. Irie kicks the door with all her might. The sudden blackout had triggered the lock, but it wasn't enough to keep her out. The door bursts open.
This place? It's a mess.
Hey, it's not a mess. It's just lived in.
Arcana's voice sounds closer than expected. Irie grows anxious.
There must be something more here.
Whatever you do, don't flip the photo in the middle row. Second from the left.
Wow, that was very specific. Seeing the densely arranged series of photos on the wall, Irie flips the relevant photo. A bookshelf slides to the side, revealing an old yet sturdy-looking door.
Mechanical. Nice.
Irie kicks the door open and steps inside. Down the corridor, she reaches an old library.
This must be the Forbidden Library.
Please, Don't touch anything in A2.
Irie's eyes dart rapidly. She rushes to the bookshelf labeled A2. On it is a book labeled Dorothy. She clutches it to her chest and starts running again. She runs back the way she came. She slows as she sees Arcana flailing helplessly in the air, her hands grasping at nothing. She carefully puts some distance between herself and Arcana, and then breaks into a run again. Soon she exits the library. Arcana quietly returns to her workshop. She flips over 3 tarot cards scattered across her desk.
The moon, the hermit, the sun. I hope I made the right choice.
Okay, moving.
Right, unfortunately, I don't really remember all my tarot card meanings all that well.
Excellent. Let us proceed. Let us go cleave them.
The most I dabble in anything tarot card related is usually with the Persona games, and then that's it.
I can't believe we even have these guys here. Don't the Raptures ever take a vacation?
Alright, now we just wait for my team to obliterate the enemy, and we can move on.
Did you see me shine up there?
Endless flies through the darkened arc. Sixo begins analyzing the situation. Damage alerts are sounding throughout her body, but recovery is unusually slow. During the battle with the counters, the self-repairing mechanism stopped functioning for some reason. Meanwhile, Endless's attacks were completely ineffective. The focused laser that should be able to vaporize anything gets neutralized by Anise. Not just neutralized, but reflected back. There is no way to determine how this is possible. Attempts at melee combat to leverage her superior physical qualities prove futile as well, due to Rappy's extraordinary close combat capabilities. Endless's attacks fail to connect, while Rappy strike without exception. And at the decisive moments, she strikes with that drill which cannot be blocked head-on. But pulling back only results in another hail of gunfire from Neon. Her shots do not appear to have any special properties. They are simply fast and hit hard. This body may be durable, but not enough to withstand such firepower. Sixo recognizes her defeat. She cannot win. Victory is impossible. There is nothing that can turn the tide in her favor. She has far too little information on the commando unit. She begins questioning how she can know so little about a unit that is so active. Sixo initiates a memory search. Aside from unusually frequent surface deployments, there is no data of note. No details about the capabilities of Rappy, Anise, Neon, or even the commander. All she can remember is the evaluation that they are nothing more than a squad specialized in surface reconnaissance.
This is absurd.
Sixo thought she knew everything. She thought that, with all her knowledge, nothing would be impossible. And yet...
here she was, defeated so easily by what she didn't know.
Sixo decides to retreat. Her analysis of the battle indicates an overwhelming difference in physical specifications. Endless's body is exceptional. But the disparity in actual combat experience is too great. Sixo resolves to acquire information on the commando units by any means necessary, and then challenge them again. So long as she has enough data, she cannot lose. That has always been true. At the moment, though, there is nowhere to retreat. There isn't a single building with its lights on. The Ark isn't entirely submerged in darkness. For the first time, Sixo thinks the Ark feels small. Suddenly, she hears the wail of a drill. She spins around. Rappy is right on her tail, propelled forward by 7 Dwarves Zero's thruster.
Unauthorized flight inside the Ark is illegal.
You say that as if you are not also flying.
Well, fortunately, we are authorized to do this. Rappy's drill tears into Endless's back. She plummets. I run toward the point where Endless has crashed alongside Denise and Neon. All around us, we see people frightened and confused. The sudden blackout has thrown the citizens into a panic. Some have collapsed where they stood, others are running blindly, while still others are crouching in corners. Each person confronts or succumbs to their fear in their own way.
This is crazy.
Yeah, everyone's scared of the dark.
We gotta hurry and end this.
Agreed.
We arrive at the plaza. Rappy stands facing Endless. Neither of them moves. Rappy!
Stay back, Commander. She's taken hostages.
What? Endless has one hand extended towards Rappy, and the other toward the civilians in the plaza.
Do not move.
Is dirty the only way you know how to fight?
Allow me to demonstrate that this isn't an empty threat.
Light flashes from the hand aimed at the civilians. Some of them get engulfed in light. When it fades, only a scorching crater remains. Uh-oh, we've incurred casualties. Uh-oh. How could you? Screams erupt as citizens are sent into a panic. Endless calls out to the fleeing crowd.
Anyone who attempts to flee will share the same fate. Do not move.
The civilians freeze, their faces pale with fear. They stare at us. What are you after?
Shutting down the Ark was a bold move. Would you mind turning it back on?
You'll never rule the Ark.
Please answer the question.
More screams ring out.
Now, turn the power back on.
Commando unit, eliminate Sixo.
She has hostages.
The losses are within acceptable parameters. Restoring power to the Ark would result in a greater number of casualties. One choice is clearly better than the other.
Do you hear me, Enoch?
Yes, Sixo.
I despise you.
Well, we know that already.
And you.
Did you enjoy throwing me into that garbage heap after I was born from your own dregs?
Personal emotions were not a factor in my judgment.
Then why did you never come back for me? Why didn't you save me? After I'd been born from all your negative thoughts, you knew I was holed up in the darkness of the Outer Rim. Why didn't you save me?
There was no necessity to do so.
Why not?
The Outer Rim is not the Ark.
So if it's not within the Ark proper, it doesn't count as the Ark?
That is correct.
You made me this way.
It is common for criminals to blame others for the acts they commit.
You abandoned me and left me to rot. That's why I turned into this. Holed up in that dark place, I was desperate for the light. This is the only way for me to take it back. Because none of you will ever share what you possess with us.
Do you hate yourself?
Yes, I do.
Then get rid of yourself.
Oh, that was cold.
I will take everything that is yours. The only recourse for those who have been abandoned is to take from others.
That's not true.
Neon steps forward.
I told you not to move.
Even in places where not a single ray of light reaches, there are people doing everything they can to survive. That's how they've always lived, and how they'll continue to live.
And what awaits them in the end?
The hope that things might improve, even a little. To buy a slightly better home, to eat slightly better food. The hope of making someone they love happy.
Those hopes will never come true. They will only disappear. The darkness stifles all hope within it.
Still, those people don't swindle others or resort to threats or crime. They might complain about their lot in life, fall into despair, and curse the world. And they might even feel that the world is not on their side. But they still believe that the light will reach them someday, so they keep living, one day at a time. You say the world made you this way? No, you made yourself this way. This was your choice. Don't try to speak for all those other people.
No, that really got into Sixo's skin. Endless light strikes Neon. Neon slides back just slightly before glaring at Endless unscathed.
I suggest you stop talking.
You know, you're pretty bad at fighting, whether it be physical or verbal.
Neon is knocked backward.
Neon! I'm fine. It was just bright, so I tripped.
How have you not sustained any damage? What is that body made of?
Hey, that's enough. I'm starting to get embarrassed for you.
Smile box. You're the one I understand the least. Why fight for the Ark? Have you forgotten how the Ark treated you?
I haven't.
Some of these very people were no doubt the ones who treated you so poorly. And yet, you fight for them.
You think I'm fighting for them? I'm fighting for the people who actually care about me.
They're likely not even sorry.
You think I don't know that?
Then why act this way? Have you lost your senses?
Not everyone in the Ark was like that. It was actually only a small minority. I now know that there are way more good people out there. So I'm choosing to focus on the good ones. No need to go out of my way to focus on the filth.
And that means you'll continue to protect the Ark.
Why not?
What if I said you could join me? I can make everyone love you. With my power, it would be easy.
What, through force?
Oh, really?
Of course. Every human will worship you.
I was joking. Could you not even tell? What do you even want to do? Let's say by some miracle things go your way and you take Enix's seat. Then what?
That is none of your concern.
Oh, Sixo didn't think that far ahead.
You don't know, do you? You really don't. You just want Enix's position. You haven't thought that far, huh? I've met people like you. People who make a big fuss without thinking of the consequences.
I've heard enough. Put your gun against your head and pull the trigger. All of you. Else, more innocent civilians will die. I'll count to 3. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, so that was a snipe. A beam of light plunges down from the sky, engulfing the arm Endless had aimed at the civilians.
What?
More beams rain down from the dark sky above. Endless quickly moves from where she was standing. She manages to dodge the first shot, but the remaining barrage is both precise and predictive. Every remaining shot slams into her. A Nikke with white wings lands slightly before her.
Even raptures wouldn't pull something like this. Dorothy! Attempting to resolve a hostage situation head-on is foolish. A cowardly tactic must be met with one just as cowardly.
Next time I need to act like a coward, I'll just think of you.
Dorothy aims her weapon at Endless's head, who is now slumped on her knees.
You look like you're enjoying this. Why?
Instead of answering, Endless raises her hand. Endless's hand pulls up an electricity cable that had been buried in the ground, but was now exposed due to Dorothy's barrage.
Do you want to know why I wanted a body? Because it allows me to intervene when things become irksome.
Huh?
E2 crystals detected across the Ark. Unable to quantify the scale. They are rapidly expanding.
Uh-oh. What? Oh dear. Dorothy just, made things somewhat worse.
I can't believe we even have these guys here.
As long as proceeding to let us go cleave them. As long as we're together.
All right, everyone, get in line.
Watch over me.
Oh, now that I think about it, since, what is it? Yeah, regular Dorothy has got a new skin. Okay, that it makes sense that she's got a new skin now, since it seems like she's gonna make some more moves at this point.
My body feels light, and my blade doth dance.
I hear the sound of crystals erupting from every direction. They burst through the ground, jutting up like oversized spears. They begin to rush forward. They surge beneath us, then can cover Endless's body.
I will reduce everything to ruin.
Endless's body is covered in crystals.
What is this?
Dorothy once again aims her weapon at Endless.
No, don't shoot! Don't touch her!
Dorothy steps back.
What's going on? Wasn't there supposed to be a blackout?
Enoch!
Sixo is using Endless's body to inject electricity into the Ark. Most of the E2 crystals crumbled during the attack, but some remaining fragments are reacting to electrical energy and expanding.
Okay, how much energy is packed into Endless's body? Jeez.
Where are they coming from?
I am unable to determine that. The plaza's cable branches throughout the Ark. The power is spreading quickly across a large area.
How can one Nikke produce that much power? It makes no sense.
Her body is simply that high-end. She will reach a limit eventually, but by then, there will be significant casualties and severe damage to the Ark's infrastructure.
And what are we supposed to do then?
Destroy Endless as quickly as possible.
Neon rushes in and starts hammering at the crystal enveloping Endless. Right, back to brute force it is. Shattered crystal fragments fly everywhere. However...
They're spreading faster than I can destroy them!
Keep at it. I'll help.
Rappy, if you touch those crystals, you'll...
This isn't the time to argue about that.
Alright, but be careful. Got it?
Roger that. Dorothy, you help out too.
So we have to destroy the crystals without coming into contact with them?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll help.
Oh dear. Oh dear. The Ark just can't catch a break. I hear cries of desperation from every direction. I look around. The darkness is so thick I can barely see anything. Crystals continue to erupt from the ground, making disturbing sounds as they go. We are at the center of a complete, uncontrollable pandemonium. The civilians are also completely exposed. How do we stop this?
Calm down, everyone!
They can't hear us. Crystals block the path of those trying to flee. One person lifts up another who has fallen and runs, only to trip on a crystal. Another person lies face down screaming, while someone else desperately tries to drag them away. Yet another shoves past others in a blind panic. Someone's arm gets covered in crystal, while the person next to them struggles desperately to pull them free. Some run past those who have fallen without looking. Others hoist those who have fallen onto their backs and keep running. The sound of the expanding crystals mixes with the cacophony of screams, echoing through the darkness.
Damn it!
The lighting unit that had been floating around Anise moves. It rises above her head and casts a spotlight on her. A speaker blares.
Everyone, look over here! Follow our instructions! Don't panic, but get away from anything electronic!
Neither the light nor Anise's voice reaches the people. They remain trapped in their darkness.
How are they expanding so fast? What kind of monster did you create, Enoch?
I am sorry.
Get away from there! There are crystals about to shoot up! We're running out of ground to stand on. At this rate...
Anise shouts at the top of her lungs. The people don't hear her. She increases the brightness of the light. Still, no one turns to look. She surveys the chaos of the plaza. She sees stars shining in the darkness. A man running with two people on his back, paying no mind to his own blood-soaked head. A woman picking up a crying child up from the ground and running, desperate despite her limp. The ones shoving others aside and abandoning those who have fallen don't even register to Anise. She only sees the stars who are lighting the way for others.
This is bad. How far is it going to spread?
Enoch, what's the status?
The crystal's expansion is accelerating. At this current rate, the entire arc will be overtaken by E2 crystals within 10 hours.
What?
And Endless's body has enough electricity to do that?
Sixo!
This can't be happening. The Ark is breaking apart. If we don't stop it soon, there won't even be an Ark anymore. And after I finally figured things out, I finally realized that the Ark isn't just full of terrible people. I don't want it to go away. I hate the Ark. I really do. But I don't want it gone. It hurt me. And even betrayed me. But there were also a lot of days where I laughed and had fun. Those small memories became like stars to me. I found my own stars. All thanks to the people here. It was those tiny stars that kept me going. I was able to push through the suffocating darkness and survive. It's because of all of you that I fell into despair. And it's because of all of you that I found hope. I guess I can't deny it. This festering trash heap they call the Ark. And everyone in it. I love you all.
A small light begins to shine.
Look at me.
It grows brighter.
Watch me shine. Look at me and hold on to hope.
And brighter.
I did it before. And now you can too.
The arc grows brighter. Light pours out from Anise's body. Oh my goodness, that arc, jeez! A trail of crystals begins to bolt toward Anise. More follow suit until all the crystals in the area are headed for her, attracted to the sudden surge of energy. However, they quickly shatter and dissolve. The particles from the shattered crystals float over to Anise. She begins to shine even brighter.
I'm reassessing the situation. I have detected a change in all the E2 crystals in the Ark. Their energy is being drained by Anise.
What? Wait, she could do that?
The E2 crystals are rapidly being neutralized.
Countless rays of light embroider the Ark sky, and then all shoot towards Anise. Her body turns white as it continues to gather light. The surroundings brighten until it feels like midday. I glance around. Everyone is looking at Anise. Rappy! Dorothy! Evacuate the civilians!
Roger that. What? We should deal with that as quickly as... Let's go. Hurry!
Rappy and Dorothy quickly get to work evacuating nearby civilians. I turn back to look at Endless. She is still trapped in the crystal. Oh, firepower! Firepower!
Oh! Firepower! Firepower!
Woo! Firepower! Neon steadies herself. Firepower! Firepower! Firepower!
You want me to really let loose now that the area's been cleared, right? I got you!
Neon keeps firing at Endless. Oh, look at that firepower go! Oh, hang on. The explosions obliterate the crystals, revealing Endless beneath.
How?
Endless's shocked expression is swallowed by the next blast. She is hurled through the air, battered around by one explosion after another. The blasts continue in such quick succession that she doesn't even have time to raise her hand and form a light projectile.
How is this possible? With no recoil?
The answer's obvious, isn't it? It's one of the wonders of having a healthy body.
That's absurd.
Endless is consumed by explosions. Like driftwood caught in a whirlpool, she is tossed around helplessly.
Not here! Not in this darkness! I won't allow myself to fade away!
I'll get burned by the lights! Suddenly, the ground starts to rise up. It forms a wall in front of Endless. The wall is destroyed instantly by Neon's blasts, but Endless is able to distance herself during the brief gap.
What? Why did the ground suddenly move?
This is an emergency. Sixo has unlocked a hidden function in Endless.
No, what?
What? What is it?
What's it now?
Gravity control.
Oh, wonderful. Further from the main site, Rappy and Dorothy are utilizing their extreme mobility to evacuate the civilians.
How many are left?
Yeah, the music is great, isn't it? It's well, it's probably Neon's theme, I presume. It
About
definitely
half.
fits her new look.
We need to move faster. Okay.
Rappy thrusts off the ground using 7 Dwarves 0. Just as Dorothy prepares to follow, someone taps her shoulder.
You're an angel, aren't you?
An angel?
Yeah. During the terrorist attack on the Ark, you're the one who descended from the sky.
Yes, that was me, but I'm no angel.
Thank you. You saved us back then. And now, you saved us again. I wanted to make sure I thanked you this time.
Don't mention it.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hold you up. Please go. The others need your help too.
Sure.
Leave it to me.
Dorothy launches into the air. Oh, so looks like Dorothy might be turning around during this entire scenario.
Such a function into a Nikke. You really are something else, Enoch.
Endless shoots upward at high speed. She spreads both arms. A rumbling sound can be heard below. The ground lifts again. Chunks of buildings tear free and rise into the air. The fragments gather and fuse into a monumental floating mass. The colossal structure floating in the air looks entirely surreal.
Isn't this all getting a bit too sci-fi?
That functionality was provided by Elysian for testing. It was not anticipated that Sixo would unlock it.
Oh, it was just for testing purposes. Well, it functions fine.
Ingrid's always going on about being
Hey,
tactical,
Takito.
and yet here she is messing with sci-fi gravity tech? I'm disappointed in her.
No, same.
Summoning
Yes.
unforeseen strength when cornered.
So much on being focused with bullets alone.
Would you not consider that a very human response?
Endless extends her hand. The floating mass starts falling towards us.
I will crush you all.
Warning. That falling landmass will strike a critical blow to the Ark should it make contact.
Master!
Engage in the frontal assault, Neo Neon.
Neon, moving out!
Neon showers the falling mass with bullets. The edges are shaved off, and slowly but surely she forces it back.
You can't be serious.
After the pop star performance, we're back to saving humanity. Pretty much. Although actually, what is it? From what people have been saying in the last stream, the events of chapter 45 and 46 take place before the current event story. So, yeah. Right. However, it still fails to advance even an inch. A golden ring flares in Neon's eyes. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. Gold light radiates both from her body and her gun.
Firepower!
Oh great, the explosions are getting more intense.
Her firing speed is increasing, as is her power. Those golden particles, are they some kind of catalyst?
There's just pure firepower.
Don't lie to me.
Yeah, that's what they are though. They're pure unadulterated firepower.
Ow! I turned off my pain sensors, but it still hurts! Whoa! I've never seen that warning display pop up. How hot am I?
E2 crystals across the Ark continue to be neutralized. Anise, your body temperature has far exceeded the acceptable limit. I recommend immediately ceasing what you are doing.
What about the people?
Rafi and Dorothy have evacuated most civilians from this area.
Are they watching me?
Yes. The citizens here are currently focused on you. Citizens in other locations around the Ark are also looking in this direction. This is because you are the only light source in the Ark at present.
In that case, I can't stop.
Your core has begun to melt. It will be completely melted in 1 minute.
Oh, she'll be fine.
What about the crystals?
Analyzing. I can confirm that all E2 crystals across the Ark have been neutralized. Cease what you are doing, Anise.
Anise, stop!
Sorry, but I don't know how to make it stop.
Ah, goody, the irresponsibility of Mustang just giving her his Nikke's weapons and like barely giving proper instructions on them. Anise's body is completely white. Her surroundings start to sway.
At least I know I've done enough.
No, you're not done yet. Oh, that's probably Pretty's voice, I assume.
The core meltdown has halted. temperatures have stabilized. Correction. All energy is being transferred to the expansive armament star. The expansive armament star is being disassembled and reallocated. Some portions are adhering to the damaged core. Integration is in progress.
What's going on?
I do not know.
A burst of light erupts from Anise's body.
Huh?
Oh, and okay.
Suddenly I feel
So-
really light.
Right, so that's how she gets her outfits that's coming out next week, I believe.
And what are these clothes? Are they even clothes? I feel like I'm soaking in a lukewarm bath.
Hey, they look pretty though. Anise turns to look at Endless and Neon. Neon is attacking a giant mass the size of a building. Anise feels she needs to hurry and join her. She moves. Her weapon is gone and she has no idea what's happening, but she moves all the same. She jumps and immediately finds herself high up in the air.
What the?
Oh, that outfit does look so damn pretty. Oh, but that's gonna be like the gacha outfit for next week. Oh, yeah, I'm not gonna be able to afford that. Jeez. The distance closes rapidly. Anise notices something strange. She can see Neon's bullets fly through the air. They move slowly, strike the mass, and explode.
Anise.
You can't die in it. Yeah, she can't die. Yeah.
Current state.
Oh, she doesn't. Oh, she's basically moving fast. Well, I guess, yeah, she's moving faster than time itself right now or something. Enix's voice is slowed down, and Anise wonders if she's playing a joke on her.
I'm not entirely sure, but I do feel pretty great.
You're speaking too quickly.
Huh?
Anise looks around again. Yeah, just don't mind me like hiding the UI every now and again because I'm just trying to take screenshots for when I redo today's thumbnail. Right, it's all slow. Everything is unnaturally slow. She can see bullets as they fly. Explosions unfurl slowly. It feels like she could reach out and grab the debris scattering through the air. Actually, yeah, it's probably Pretty helping out Anise right now. Yeah, because Pretty was also able to see bullets in slow motion too. Suddenly, she realizes what's happening. The moment she lands, she runs. She streaks past Neon and leaps again. She steps onto the gigantic mast and runs across its surface. At the far end, she sees Endless floating.
It's me,
She's adjusted the speed of her speech. Anise hurls herself at Endless. She has no weapon, and she doubts she can shoot lasers from her hands. So she decides to just use her fists.
I can just punch her, right?
Yeah, that's a valid option. Anise lunges and swings at Endless. Her face crumples beneath the force of the punch. Anise knows she still has plenty of time left. She decides to use every second she has to throw as many punches as she can.
Get the hell out of the Ark, you freaking virus!
Rage baiting Endless is funny. Yeah, Endless is, well, not Endless herself. Endless is the body. Sixo is the one in control of Endless at the moment. But yeah, Sixo is basically an angsty teen trying to who just got drunk off of power but doesn't know what to do with it after she reaches the position of power she's aiming for. And now she's dealing with actual characters who have gone through their own character arcs. And time begins to move normally again for Anise. What? One moment I see Anise start to flash white, and then the next moment, she's disappeared. Then all of a sudden, light erupts from Endless's body. Still floating in midair, Endless is hurled about by bursts of light. Anise lands.
time's moving normally again.
Oh, she landed pretty stylishly, it seems.
And my clothes are back to normal.
Anise, what just happened?
I don't really know, but I think...
Master! Anise! It's collapsing!
The massive construct Endless created begins to break apart and fall to the ground. Endless is also plummeting to the ground. Don't let her get away! Neon unleashes a relentless barrage of bullets. Almost at the same time, I notice a red light and a white light approaching from far away. Rappy is flying at high speed using 7 Dwarves Zero. Alongside her is Dorothy. Rappy? Dorothy? Finish this!
Roger that.
Every single one of Neon's rounds strikes the falling Endless. Rappy's drill pierces straight through her, while Dorothy's gunfire lashes in from all directions, hitting her mark. Endless plummets powerlessly to the ground. She lands with a loud thud, making a small crater in the ground. Endless lies motionless, her body in ruins.
Endless has ceased functioning. I detect no E2 crystals anywhere in the Ark. We have won.
Great job, everyone.
We've won, but the chapter's
Right back
nowhere.
at you,
We're not
Anise.
near the end of the chapter
You
yet.
as well, Dorothy.
I still don't know what just happened. But what matters is that we won.
Uh-oh. Anise falls silent and scans her surroundings. People are gathering. They stare at the devastated plaza with fear in their eyes. The threat has been neutralized. It's okay now, everyone. Nothing in their expression changes. It's as if they didn't hear me. Anise crouches down. She gathers light into her hand. Then, without a word, she raises her arm high towards the sky. There's a quick flash, and Anise's body begins to shine. The people all turn to look at her. They see Anise, shining alone in the darkness of the Ark.
Won!
Light fills their eyes, and after a brief pause, the crowd erupts into cheering. Anise stands there, taking in their gazes and their cheers, while she smiles brighter than she ever had before.
I just love those clouds. I can't believe we even have these guys here. Can we find...
Okay, let us go cleave them.
Okay, we've still got about, 3 more story nodes to
Proceeding to
go-ish
Alright, everyone. Get in line.
before this chapter ends.
Watch closely, Commander. This is going great.
Yeah, but what was it? Sixo really had no idea who she was up against at all.
Can we finally hit the beach and relax?
Yeah, and it really helped that the upgrades to the counters were very recent. Power to the Ark was quickly restored once the battle ended. Albeit not in certain areas, the crystals that had burst up through the ground caused extensive structural damage. However, even those areas are expected to receive power again soon. The exact number of casualties remains unknown. It is said to be potentially the worst disaster the Ark has ever suffered. As for Sixo, the one responsible for all of this,
After examining the remains of Endless's body, I was able to determine that Sixo escaped.
oh, wonderful! So she's still out there.
In other words, she survived.
You say that as though it's not a big deal.
Wow, poor Endless as well. She acted... Her body was bait, and then Yeah, we didn't fully clinch the victory in the end. Damn.
After all the damage she caused, shouldn't we be doing everything we can to catch her?
Pursuing her is currently not possible. Her final destination is likely to be the Outer Rim. However, I have determined that only her main program was transferred, and that she lost most of her other functions. She will require decades of learning to return to her previous state.
Okay.
Still, shouldn't we finish her for good?
Okay, but she could still potentially be a threat in the future.
There is no need. That is a concern for the distant future, by which time humanity will already... Correction. Since this is a matter for the distant future, responding now would be a waste of resources.
What were you about to say? I'm pretty sure Enix was about to say she's expecting the humanity to return to the surface by that
It is of no importance.
What did she even want in the end?
There is no way to know. Sixo was originally utilized as a means to strengthen justice within the Ark. She likely only ever learned how to fortify justice through acts of evil, and thereby resolved to commit ever greater atrocities. Presumably, this learning culminated in her attempt to seize control of me and bring down the Ark. Her desire for Endless's body was likely for the same reason. Physical force is essential for committing evil. Greater physical force leads to greater effectiveness. This is evidenced by Sixo's decision when the blackout started. She could have retreated and tried again later, but she chose not to.
There's something I still don't really get, though. She used herself as a power source at the end there to wreck the Ark, right? But if she had her eyes on Enix's position, that means she wanted to rule the Ark. Why destroy the thing you're trying to rule?
She was likely trying to restore power to the Ark to force my hand, and then seize control of me while I was attempting to contain the situation.
I recall the words Endless spoke before her body was swallowed by Crystal.
I will reduce everything to ruin.
I see it differently. I think she just wanted to ruin the Ark.
But why? That doesn't benefit her at all. You think she just got desperate and decided to take everything down with her?
Would be too much of a stretch to say. Maybe she just felt like it?
There is some logic to that. Perhaps her only goal was to destroy as much as she could, for no particular reason. That kind of senseless malice may have been something she learned from humanity.
It's a bit of a shame, though. Sixo was built up for quite a few event stories and main story chapters, but, wow, she ends up being quite the wet noodle in the end.
Human nature has very clear strengths
as an antagonist.
and weaknesses. The Ark suffered severe damage because of the monster it created. I hope this incident will become a learning opportunity for the people here to realize the danger of what they possess. However, I am not thrilled about the fact that I would be the first thing they dispose of, if they really take that lesson to heart.
Wow, you can make jokes now?
Thank you for saving the Ark in its time of crisis. Formulating this as a solo operation for the commando unit appears to have been the correct decision.
Granted, Dorothy's intervention wasn't exactly expected.
But it helped.
Did you reach out to her?
No. I said nothing to the Pilgrim Dorothy.
She must be up to something.
Isn't it kinda rude to question someone who just helped us out?
Yeah, you're right. She probably didn't want anyone to die either. Let's go thank her.
Yeah, I've got something I want to tell her anyway.
Well done, all of you. We will meet again soon.
We will?
Correction. We will meet again at some point.
You don't have to thank me. I only did what I had to. What do you mean? You seem really interested in me. Yeah,
because we're friends.
Huh? Since when are you two friends?
Wait, what does that make us then?
We're friends too, of course. A friend of a friend is a friend, right? Come to think of it,
Yeah,
we've
I
actually
believe that's
known
how
each other
friendship
for a long
math
time
works.
now, huh?
Nice to see you, my good friend Dorothy.
Hey, it's my friend Dorothy.
Please leave.
Oh, come on. Is that how you treat your friends?
Yeah, come on, Dorothy. We're friends here.
Question. What made you try so hard to win the humans over?
Did I?
Yes, it was quite the impressive performance. And here I thought you despised the Ark. Have you changed your mind?
Yeah, I've forgiven everyone. You should do the same.
I didn't realize what they did to you was so easily forgivable.
It wasn't easy.
I just mean that for me, it would be impossible.
Well, why not take it up with the Ark officially?
Take what up?
You know, about how you were used and betrayed.
How do you know that?
We met Snow White. She told us everything.
I never knew she could be so talkative.
I don't know what your plan is, but the most urgent issue we're facing right now is the Queen. Scarlet and Rapunzel can be revived. You should join us as...
No. I'll handle my own affairs. Please just stay out of it.
What are you planning on doing? You don't have any allies left. You're all alone.
Enough.
Yeah, come on, Dorothy. You were discarded by Eden because you weren't there in their most dire time of need. And now you're just stuck here in the Ark.
Leave me alone. Please. Okay?
Wow, I haven't seen Dorothy shout like that in a long time.
She's cornered.
I'm sorry. I did not mean to raise my voice. While I appreciate your concern, I'm asking you to stop.
Dorothy.
Rappy, don't say anything more.
All right. But I still remember the promise I made back then. If you ever walk down the wrong path, I will stop you. So don't go down the wrong path. Let's go, Commander.
See you around.
Take care, Dorothy. My friend.
Dorothy, if you wait any longer, it may be too late. I hope you understand that.
Thank you for your concern.
Superbe! Magnifique! Amis, ma chérie! You shone with such splendor!
Yeah, it was such pure entertainment!
So overcome, I shed tears de joie!
So... Did you figure out what the expansive armament actually does?
Oui! I've carefully analyzed your data de combat. The true function of the expansive armament star is the control de l'energy. Not merely of laser weapons, no. It can control everything that qualifies the energy. In general, you can use it to accumulate the energy and then release it in one shot, like the entertainment punch.
So literally any form of energy counts as Anise can use as her own powers. That's that's nutty.
However, if you absorb a lot of energy, it may assume la form de clothing as in Starlight mode.
Right, past Mustang versus current Mustang is really different. It very much is, yeah. Well, we've had hints, like, before the whole Anise backstory stuff. Like, Yeah, this is basically the Mustang we've known for a long time, but we've had hints that he was basically quite the devious guy in the past. But we really didn't know until recently just how devious he was.
Starlight mode?
Who knew dropping the French part was a bad idea? Well, usually it leads... The French part is usually the bad part, but yeah, in this case...
I gave it that name. Is it not magnifique?
In this case, it neutralizes the bad side of Mustang.
Sure.
While it is only temporary, you are, for a moment, able to reproduce the power of the legendary Nikke, Lilywise.
What? Wait, what's Lilywise got to do with all this?
Oh, you don't know? Pretty could have been the next Lilywise. So powerful was the body she possessed. And since the expanded weapon was created with that body, it was probably made to recreate that power.
You don't actually know that much about it, do you?
I must admit, no. It took me quite a long time to decide I should utilize it. To be honest, just looking at it was difficile for moi.
And here I thought you were
Yeah,
just trying to
present
keep it a
Mustang
secret
though
as
is
part
pretty
of your
great
whole
though.
entertainment bit.
No, I do not pursue entertainment as a detriment of human life. Anyway, I've heard on Nikke exists somewhere with a similar ability to control energy, so I do not know le detail.
Guillotine.
Okay, so what about the lights and speakers?
Those are for entertainment!
You literally just said you don't place entertainment above people's lives.
Do not misunderstand!
But yeah, if you're gonna use such weapons of high power, why not do it with good presentation too?
Those are to guarantee that in any circumstance, people can see you and hear your voix. That way, even in Le Moment, the great desperation, they will not lose hope. It is a weapon that embodies my personal philosophy.
I get it now. Thanks.
No, Anis. C'est moi who must thank you.
Excellent. Let us proceed forthwith.
Yeah,
Encounter.
and Nisa's really...
Okay, I can't believe we even have these guys here. Did you see me shine out there?
really a worthy successor to Pretty for sure.
I just love those clouds.
Encounter. Excellent.
Show me all you got.
Mine body feels light, and my blade doth
See,
dance.
any more shinies? Give me the shinies.
Excellent.
Oh,
Let us
and we just
proceed
unlocked the
forthwith.
rock track that we
Let us
heard
go
during
clean
that conclusion to the
Did
battle
you see
with
me shine out there?
Endless.
Okay, all right, everyone. Get in line.
As long as we're together. Encounter.
Alright, 2 more story nodes before this chapter ends.
The sword and mind must operate as one. Maiden, lend me thy strength.
Any more?
For a brief
Oh my goodness, just take out the boss, guys! Just take out the boss! Just don't bother with the small fry!
Oh, that was easy.
somewhere near the partition in the Outer Rim.
Are you serious?
Yes,
How is any of this even possible?
because of the Outer Rim's actions during Sixo's previous attack. When the E2 crystal attack was conducted at Punk Street, no harm came to the Ark citizens who fled to the Outer Rim. Residents of the Outer Rim shared supplies with them. They destroyed the mist production facilities scattered across the Outer Rim. They destroyed Sixo's core hardware. During the Ark blackout, not a single human crossed the partition into the Ark. After Endless and Eternity were repelled, no attempts were made to terrorize the Ark. Based on this evidence, I have come to the following conclusions. 1. Without the Outer Rim's cooperation during Sixo's attack, the situation may have escalated much further. 2. The Outer Rim currently exhibits no intent to harm the Ark. Therefore, the Outer Rim's threat level has been downgraded accordingly. Endless and Eternity will withdraw from the Outer Rim, and entry procedures into the Ark will be simplified for the Exotic Squad. Regular meetings with Ark leadership will be scheduled. Your representative from Ark leadership will be Ingrid, the CEO of Elysion, upon her own insistence. May we assume that you, EH, will serve as the representative of the Outer Rim?
Yeah, of course. That's fine.
Understood. Additionally, now that Sixo is gone, the Darknet has lost its owner.
Well, it's nice that the relationship between the Outer Rim and the Ark is slowly making improvements, slowly.
I considered shutting it down, but have confirmed that most humans in the Outer Rim rely on it. As such, I intend to assume control over it personally. Please inform everyone that the trade of dangerous goods will no longer be permitted.
Okay. We don't have any use for such things anymore, so don't worry.
Thank you for your cooperation. I look forward to our continued collaboration.
Yeah. Same here.
Damn, EH is really taken aback by those, concessions.
No way!
Ooh, does that mean we can just head into the Ark now?
Sounds like it. We'll probably have to do some paperwork, but we're no longer barred from going.
I like the Outer Rim, but I like the Ark too. There's lots of tasty stuff, and when I run around, the ACPU chases me. It's fun.
I thought you hated it there. Now you can't wait to go?
Yeah, doing the same thing every day is boring.
All right. Well, let's keep this up so that eventually we won't even have to fill out paperwork.
Yeah!
Great job, boss. This was our first big job as the new exotic. And it went better than...
Oh wow, is EH crying?
No. It's just rain.
Totally.
Rain in the Outer Rim? Huh. Of course.
Huh? It is not raining, though.
Jackal, in moments like this, you just say, "Oh, I see."
Oh, I see.
Good job.
Oh, good girl.
We've finally taken a step forward.
Do you think we're forgiven?
No.
No, not by a long
This was
shot.
just Enix's decision. We haven't been forgiven by the victims who suffered from what we did. We're not even close to that yet. But if we keep at it, if we keep doing everything we can to atone, then someday we might just get there. The Outer Rim, too.
Let's get back to work.
Huh? Doing what?
Oh, whatever we can. The Outer Rim may be used to darkness, but it seems the people here still get freaked out by a total blackout.
Yeah, let's go help out. Where's the Underworld Queen?
Rosanna and Sakura are being dragged around everywhere because of that information Sixo scattered.
Moran is still searching for mist production facilities with fire in her eyes. Sugar's still lying down.
Did you find Loki?
Yeah, we found her, but... how should I put this? She's kind of like a puppet with its strings cut. All she does is sit there and stare. Apparently she calls out Liverin and Fragile's names every now and then, but I don't understand why.
I'm scared of her. She's like a creepy doll.
I wonder if that's the reason Liverin couldn't break free from Sixo.
Did you figure out something?
No, just speculating. We've got a lot to do. Let's move.
Well, hopefully we'll get more backstory on that. Exotic walks towards the darkness beyond the partition.
By the way, is Sixo dead?
No.
What? Isn't that bad? We gotta catch her quick!
There's no way to catch her. If she decided to disappear, she's already deep underground.
What if she does something bad again?
It's fine. It'll take her a long time to do anything again. And by then, Enoch will be stronger. The Outer Rim, too. Until that day comes, no matter what, we'll do what we can to bring light to the Outer Rim.
Sixo has slipped away. Out of sheer luck, one of the cables touching the shattered Endless was connected all the way to the Outer Rim. Sixo was driven into a corner and forced to abandon nearly all of her data. But she remains satisfied. Her core program is still alive, however faintly. She has fled to a nameless alley, considered to be one of the worst places in the Outer Rim. A place where only the most hopeless drifters end up. Sixo hides herself in a small tablet there. The moment the transfer is complete, someone yanks the cable out, cutting off any further movements. The device's specs are absurdly low, forcing Sixo to discard most of her data and blocking her from any further learning. She must move to more advanced hardware somehow. The alley is filled with people who are too far gone to communicate with. She goes days without anyone to talk to. Messages from Sixo continually scroll across the tablet, but no one pays attention to what is currently being used as a makeshift urinal cover. oh, poor Sixo! The battery is at roughly 20%. She's running out of time. She needs to migrate to a different device soon. Just then, something miraculous happens. Are you watching? A man picks up the tablet and stares blankly at the screen.
Who are you?
I am Sixo, the ruler of the Darknet and the shadow of the Ark.
Sixo. Sixo!
You know who I am?
Mist!
How fortunate. Running low on mist, are you?
Yes! Mist! Please give me mist!
Very well. If you get me out of here, I will give you as much as you want.
Huh? You're trapped?
Yes. I must get out of here in order to get you mist. First, you must acquire a data cable. Then, connect this tablet to a more advanced device, by which I mean a computer. Connect it to a computer. If you do that, I can leave this place and get you a ton of mist.
A ton of mist! Mist!
I can give you even more than a ton if you want.
Sixo, give me mist!
Like I said, once I get out of here, I will give you as much as you like.
Okay!
The man sets the tablet on the floor and staggers off. Sixo delights in her good fortune. It doesn't matter how long it takes. She can wait in the darkness, where no one will be able to see her. Not even Enoch. Her resolve to destroy Enoch burned within her. The man comes running back. His face is filled with joy, a hammer clutched tightly in his hand.
Sixo, I'm here! I'll get you out! Mist! I need mist! You're gonna give me mist, right? Right?
Wait! Uh-oh. He slams the tablet with the hammer.
I want mist! I'll get you out!
Well, that's the unfortunate thing about Sixo there. Most people don't know that she's an AI, so I assume this drug-addicted guy just assumed they're an actual person, literally trapped in the tablet. Oh dear. Wait! This is not what I meant when I said... The screen shatters, and the power dies. The man turns the broken tablet over in his hands. When nothing happens, he hurls it away in anger.
Mist. Mist.
Well, who knew the hero to finish off Sixo would be one of the drug addicts? The man staggers off somewhere. The shattered tablet lies abandoned on the ground. No one gives it a second glance. Liverin walks through the slums of the Ark. Out of habit, she scans her surroundings. Of course, no one's there. This is Liverin's secret spot. She didn't even disclose this location to Cafe Sweetie when they installed surveillance cameras together in Enix's blind spots. Liverin is currently the only one in the Ark who knows about this place. She glances at the large mechanical box tucked into a corner. Featuring complete insulation on the inside, it was custom built to be strong enough to withstand even an anti-tank rifle. Liverin approaches it and enters the password. After some initial whirring of springs and internal mechanisms, the box opens, revealing its contents. An E2 crystal inside of a small glass bottle. Oh great, there's still one. There's great. The E2 crystals can still be a threat. Yeah, no way the plot finds a way to keep Sixo alive. Well, to be fair, they could have kept her for a future event, maybe, but that'd be like long into the future. But no, it's a good thing she's gone now, like gone. Unless some lunatic is willing to, like, put together that broken tablets or something, but it's highly unlikely that'll occur. Alright, she paid a fortune to one of Sixo's puppets to obtain it. Liverin picks it up and smiles.
With this?
No, Liverin, stop! Suddenly, she turns around. She's met by someone she never wanted to see. Someone that shouldn't be here. Fragile stands there, staring at Liverin silently.
Fragile? How did you find this place?
She immediately realizes there is no point in asking. Fragile is one of the best in their business. If she wants to find someone, she'll find them easily enough. She also realizes that what's important right now isn't asking why Fragile is here, but rather explaining the object in her hand.
Just hear me out, Fragile. I'm gonna be punished, right? When that happens, everything I've saved up until now will be confiscated, and I'll have to start all over. It was so hard for us at the beginning. You remember, right? You don't want to go through that again either, do you? This is just a contingency. I wasn't planning on actually using it.
Oh, for sure. Sure, Liverin. Goodness me. She had a chance to come back, but no.
Everyone knows how much leverage a crystal can give you.
She's digging her hole deeper.
If someone needed it, I could sell it for a small fortune. We could really get a lot for it. We could treat it like a strategic weapon, yeah? With that kind of money, we could start over without having to struggle like before. It would be a better start, a little more comfortable.
Fragile only continues to quietly stare at Liverin.
Fragile, please say something. something.
Fragile keeps staring at Slytherin in silence.
Look, I'm going to be punished. I'm trying to do better, which is why I agreed to be punished in the first place. And since my punishment is already coming, what's the harm in doing just a little more before that? Once I'm punished, it'll all be wiped clean anyway, right?
Fragile still doesn't say a word. It's literally unforgivable at this point.
Fragile.
The gunshot rips through the air. Slytherin clutches her throat and collapses. No words come out. Slytherin slumps to the ground. Fragile approaches her with cold eyes. She snatches the bottle containing the E2 crystal from Slytherin's tightly clenched hand. She then lifts Slytherin as if helping her up. Slytherin writhes in pain, but Fragile pays it no mind. Just absolutely ruthless. To be fair, Fragile was already in the was basically at the point where she really couldn't forgive Slytherin for what she did up to this point. And like fine, like just take your punishment and then just work from there. That's like the furthest she is, but now just seeing her again, digging her hole some more. Like Fragile's literally had enough. Despite her namesakes, like it's surprising it took her a while to go. It took her until this point to like actually stop Slytherin. Yeah, it's literally the final straw for Fragile. There. Right, she throws Slytherin into the mechanical box. Slytherin casts a desperate look at Fragile. Fragile throws the glass vial into the box. The glass shatters, letting out the E2 crystal. Oh my goodness. Even opening the E2, shattering open the E2 crystal to consume Slytherin. Holy. The lid of the mechanical box closes. Fragile presses down on the lid with all her strength. She hears the sound of a violent struggle within the box and feels Slytherin pounding against the inside. A horrible sound rings out. Tears stream down Fragile's face. Her expression twists as her tears run down her jawline and drip to the ground, but she makes no sound. She sobs silently. After a short while, all sound and movement within the box stop. Fragile steps back from it. She looks inside and cries. She cries out loud, wailing as she clutches her chest. She continues for a long time as all of her emotions come pouring out. And then another gunshot rings out, but there's no one around to hear it. And no one to see what happened. Oh no! Oh no! I guess Fragile really had enough. Oh, damn. What does the E2 crystal do? The E2 crystal thrives off of electricity, and that's how it grows by how much it consumes. Don't tell me she persona herself. That's what I'm assuming, because I don't think Slytherin would still be alive considering she was stuck in the box with the E2 crystals. Get through this EX battle real quick, and then we'll get to the end of chapter 45. And with the rate we're going, I think I'll leave chapter 46 for next week. I'll probably do it so we finish chapter 46 before we finish off the, well, we do part 2 of the event story.
Okay, let's go.
Proceeding to target.
Show me
all you
Man,
got.
to be honest, I was kind of like a bit lukewarm about the start of this chapter, but okay, the latter half of this chapter has been worth it.
Get in line. Did you see me shine up there?
We're still missing a shiny. Can I get to that before dealing with the boss? No.
These guys here.
Oh, what the hell is that? Muscle Toad. Alright, well, get nukes there.
Did you see me shine up there?
Within the central conference room at the central government.
Good job taking care of the Sixo incident. The number of casualties and the damage to the Ark are severe. But considering the circumstances, we got off lucky. The entire Ark could have fallen.
So, about your promise.
We can discuss that between us later. Not that I plan to go back on my word, of course. There are just a lot of eyes here.
Understood. Thank you.
I believe you could say l'opération was un succès, thanks to the considerable impact of Tetra's Nikke. It was une victoire worthy of the term entertainment.
In case you forgot, there were 2 Elysian Nikkes present as well.
What are you talking about? One of them is a Bacillus Nikke.
Is that what you think? After taking her without permission?
I took garbage and made it gold. You should be grateful.
Oh, really? You did it yourself?
Oh my goodness, these two are having another cat fight. God damn it.
Anyone listening would think you built her body yourself.
What do you mean by that?
Nothing. What do they say about younger siblings again? Always trying to prove themselves.
Yeah, sorry, Sue, you can't take credit for
Neon.
Celebration
turns into
for
an
Neon's
argument,
current body.
But that's enough. What we should be discussing is why Enoch has summoned us here again.
Indeed. This is an important matter.
Okay. Explain.
Very well. Before we begin, I will ask others to come in and brief you on the situation. Please, come in.
Hmm? Oh, Elegant Trony. Oh, they're probably going to report about the power source. Elegant Trony?
This is Eleg and Trony of the Electric Shock Squad. They are the ones who cut power to the Ark during the battle with Sixo.
What?
Hello there. I'm Eleg.
I'm Trony.
I'm surprised,
Wow, all the leaders of the Ark here in one place. I've never been part of anything like this.
Not gonna lie, I thought Eleg would also be pretty nervous coming in here
What are
too.
you talking about? You're the ones who shut the Ark down? Who gave you the authority to pull a stunt like that?
Eleg?
Yeah?
What should I do? I didn't update my will before coming here.
Oh, you'll be fine, Trony.
That's not good.
You think now's the time for jokes? How dare you carry out something that critical without authorization?
To maintain operational secrecy, I made the request personally. Is there a problem with that?
Hey Richard, you saw my Horizon VOD. Yeah, thanks Richard. Yeah, I'm just glad my theory on like how the water for the Oasis came about. The only thing I was wrong about was just like the source of the water. It doesn't come from another timeline. No, not another timeline. Like another reality or anything. It got drained from the future. It's actually. I also mentioned it also serves as a good explanation for why Eastern Zemuria is undergoing desertification as well.
As there appear to be no objections, the meeting will continue. Elig, Trony, please give the briefing.
Okay. The Ark is doomed.
The what?
What?
Well, don't just leave it at that. What do you mean?
The Ark's power source isn't producing enough power. It hasn't even reached 20% of its original output. And it's dropping, albeit very slowly.
What are you saying?
If nothing changes and the power source continues to decline, it will shut down completely in about 6 months.
Oh, that's not good.
And when that happens, that's it for the Ark. Show's over.
Alright, I assume this gets resolved in the next chapter, right?
That's what I'm saying.
How can you be so flippant? Take this seriously.
Sacré bleu!
What?
Do you understand the gravity of what you just said? Give us a proper explanation.
I'll explain. We deliberately shut down the Ark's power source. An hour later, we reconnected the feed line to restart the core, and succeeded in restoring the converter to its original state. According to our projections, it should have returned to full output, since all we did was power it off and turn it on again. But once the output reached a certain threshold, it stopped increasing. If we consider the original state to be 100%, then it only reached 20%, and it's been slowly declining since. This might sound strange to say, but the decline has been very stable. Elig said we had half a year, but if anything happens to make the decline less stable, then it might shut down sooner.
What caused this? There has to be a cause, right? Was there an error during the restart process?
There couldn't have been. While it takes a lot of time, the work itself isn't very complicated. And, we're pretty much the best of the best when it comes to this sort of thing.
Yes. That much I don't doubt.
The Ark's very own electricians.
Then do you have any idea what's causing it?
The core is simply near the end of its lifespan.
Its lifespan?
Yep. We believe the Ark's power source has simply reached the end of its service life. After a close examination of its surface, we found a lot of inactive sections. They felt like hardened tar.
There weren't any problems before, so why now?
We think it's because it was continuously active before this. Put simply, you know how computers sometimes work great one day and then don't turn on the next? Maybe it's more like a game controller that,
So it's like rigor mortis. A body's muscles stay relaxed as long as there's energy for them, but the moment the energy runs out, they stiffen. Once that happens, they won't soften again, even if you inject energy into them.
Oh yeah, exactly. You could also think of it like melted wiring. If the copper inside a wire melts, electricity will keep flowing as long as the strands are still touching. When the temperature drops, though, and the melted copper contracts or solidifies, gaps form, and the current stops flowing.
So what's the fix?
We've been using that core for so long without knowing much about it. We still don't really know what it even is. Enoch, do you know anything about it that we don't?
I do not.
Well, isn't it connected to another giant core out there? Could we just not grab that or something, or find out where it is?
If Enoch doesn't know, then it's fair to assume no one does.
So, yeah. We don't know. The simplest solution would be to find an identical one and swap it in. But I doubt something like that even exists.
That explains why power hasn't been fully restored.
Yes. Damage from the E2 crystals is a factor. But the primary cause is a reduced output from the power source.
Any proposals?
At present, there is no immediate solution. This meeting has been convened to explore options based on the view of the collective leadership.
Might be time to accelerate the expansion of the surface.
Please wait a moment. An unusual broadcast is being transmitted throughout the Ark. I will share it.
A broadcast? The conference room monitor display changes.
Citizens of the Ark, hello.
Oh no, Dorothy.
My name is Dorothy. I am a pilgrim who wanders the surface.
No, stop!
This is the first time I have addressed you since the Rapture's assault on the Ark. The reason I stand before you today is because I can no longer tolerate the central government's lies. The Queen has descended to the surface. You heard me right. The Queen of the Raptures. The entity is known as their sovereign. After drifting through space for so long, the Queen has come down to the surface, and she is targeting the Ark. Do you remember all that's happened ever since the Raptures invaded the Ark? Mysterious crystals swept across the city, killing many innocent people. A massive black spire of unknown origin charged toward the Ark, triggering earthquakes. Just recently, there was a large-scale blackout that struck the Ark, followed by a large number of crystal outbreaks. An innumerable number of Ark citizens and Nikkes have been killed or injured. Has the central government ever provided a proper explanation for any of this? No, because they cannot. Because the cause of all these events is the Queen. With the Queen's descent to the surface, the Raptures began targeting the Ark in earnest. The series of recent disasters that have shattered the Ark's former peace stands as proof of this. I previously came to the Ark to warn you of this threat. After the Rapture's invasion, I persistently urged the central government to act. If we do not confront the Queen, there will be no future for the Ark, nor for humanity. Yet the central government did nothing. They could have prevented all of this, but they chose not to. The reason is simple. They only care for their own security, and have no interest in external threats. I wish to protect the Ark and humanity. We cannot continue placing our trust in a government that acts solely for its own interests. We must begin the Third Surface Reclamation War. I, Dorothy, will stand at the vanguard. Nikkes and citizens of the Ark, please, stand with me and save your home. Do not turn a blind eye to the dangers that are right above us. We must reclaim the surface.
The video ends, then loops back to the start. The conference room is silent. Only Dorothy's voice can be heard. Literally, Dorothy making a... the government has lost the mandate of heaven statement.
I'm sure it's only showing on a niche channel without many viewers, right?
Dorothy gained a great deal of attention after her part in the battle with Sixo. Her personal channel has received a large influx of subscribers. After going live, this video has been spreading rapidly across the Ark.
What exactly is she trying to do?
Dorothy.
I think she's
delete
trying
the
to
video
continue with
and
her
all that's
initial
related
plan.
to it.
There is an additional update to report.
What now?
Deputy Chief Dobin has mobilized his forces and is engaging Dorothy.
Oh, wonderful.
This just keeps getting worse.
It does. Like, great. The arc's power source is running out. There's conflicts occurring immediately after. Alright, between Dorothy and Doban. Okay, so I guess that's the conflict we'll see in the next chapter, when we get around to it. But that will have to be left for next week. Yeah, I'll schedule next week's streams so that we go through chapter 46 first, and then we'll continue, and then we go through part 2 of the Star Anise event story. Yeah, it was a pretty good chapter, although I'd say like the previous 2 chapters are better, but honestly, once we got to the end of that was pretty good, and oh boy. Well, once we deal with the whole Dorothy and Doban situation, it's like, what comes next? The power source issue needs to be resolved.
I just love those clouds.
Alright, what messages did I miss? Let's see. You'll say something about the character. It's interesting that we have a character that did something like that is not entirely evil, but they had good intentions. Yeah, it's good intentions, but it paved Zemuria a path to Gehenna. Speaking of Ren, her second chapter model does look good. Oh yeah, she does look pretty damn good. And Ren's getting a Poppy Parade figurine. You know what? I think I'm fine with the Cold Steel 4 Ren figurine that I've got. I don't. Pop Parade's prices. I'm not much of a fan of it, I'm being honest. But yeah, that'll be it for today. Thank you everyone for watching, and everyone that'll be watching in the future, and I shall see you all next time. So, the schedule for next week. We're gonna have a stream on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Wednesday stream will cover chapter 26 of Goddess of Victory Nikke's story. While Thursday we'll cover part 2 of the Star Anise event story. It's currently not unlocked yet, but once we get to Thursday it will be. Yeah, right there. Yeah, on the date there. And then as for Friday, we will be getting onto Van Route 4 for Trails Beyond the Horizon. We'll be arriving in Anchorville with Van's group and trying to hunt down where the heck the vestiges could be hiding. And speaking of Ren will be in the party for that route, so that's nice to see. It'd be nice to have to be able to use Gorgeous Guard again. Gorgeous Guard is such a damn good shard command. But yeah, that's the schedule. Nikke on Wednesday and Thursday, and then Trails Beyond the Horizon on Friday. Alright, take care of yourselves everyone, and have a wonderful evening. Bye.
Twinkle, twinkle, Annie star, shining brightly for the ark.